Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's his next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Oh my goodness. Bitcoin came down, right? I'm in a short. I told you guys about a long time ago, and we're bouncing around. It looks like we're going higher, right? Getting higher and higher, creating higher highs. If we hold this trend line, could it possibly mean that we break up higher and we get stopped out on my short? Or will we break down and go lower? We're going to talk about that and talk about prices, because I've not been mentioning prices a lot, and I will be doing so in today's episode. And yeah, it's going to be a fun one, so stick around and watch through all the way to the end. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy. I'm here in Dubai. Used to live in Chile, not so much anymore. Hopefully I'll get to go back. I don't know if I will, because of the current circumstances, and I will explain that one time in the future for you guys. I'm not sure when, but I will be planning to do something special because I need your help. All right, well, a little bit of news and cleanup, because I had some technical difficulties last night. I was supposed to be on the BitBoy show and I was not, and I really apologize for that. I was like, it was a disaster last night. But anyways, fixed up the issues, right? It was not only my issue, it was also the hotels, and it was just not a good day. And you know, I have those from time to time, as my subscribers would know, because if you're a subscriber, right, you'd know because you're watching this live. And if you want to be a subscriber, wait a second, that's right, it's free. Swipe your EBT. No, if you don't know what that means, I'll pull that up shortly. But oh my God, there's a horrible video on YouTube about California, and yeah, you got to check it out. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna be talking about what's going on with Bitcoin and whether or not what's this 30% chance? 30% chance of what? Well, you'll see. Rain clouds coming, as you know, if you've been watching my channel. Alrighty, well, we're gonna be trying to trade this, trying to figure out what to do next. And if you want to trade it, you could also trade this at buybit.davincij15.com. Also, if you want to join us, right, on the trades, right, you can do so by joining us free. No, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay any subscription. Free for 2 weeks. The coupon code is in the description below. Check that out. You will be able to get a free 2 weeks access to our channel, access to all the information, access to my what I'm trading, what I have, my whole portfolio, everything free. So check it out, please. Come on down. We'll be excited to have you. So it's free. Check it out. All right. With that said, remember, anything you see today is not financial advice, so please do your own research before putting any money in the market. Okay, now it's time for us to get onto the trades and figure out what is going on here. Well, right now, honestly, this looks like, I don't know, clearly, what's that? It's a trap. It's a mofo trap. It's just a trap. We're done. It's game over. Hopefully you're joining us, right? You can see people are joining us here already in the group as we speak. Make sure that you get your 2 weeks free, because it's only gonna last 3 days. 3 days. You'll have access to gain for free 2 weeks, and then it's gone. It's probably never gonna come back. I don't know if it's gonna come back or not, but most likely it won't. So make sure you get in there free for the next 2 days, and you get a lot of bonuses absolutely free as well. Okay. Well, so, whew, boy, Bitcoin, man, this is called, actually, you know what this is called. You know what, when you see the market like dump down, right, and then go up and like get you all excited, what is that? That's called a bear flag. It does that also going up, right? If we do this going up, right, if the market goes up like something like this and then comes down and gives you like a little average down, right, looks like a bear trap, and then boom. So this obviously looks like a bull trap, of course. It's got all the markings of a bull trap. Do not fall for it. Now, that does not mean, right? That does not mean that it will actually go down. No, 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 no. It only means that the odds are, right, that it will go down and not up. That's all. That's all it means. The odds are it'll go down, but there is a percentage chance it will go up. So keep that in mind. So never, ever bet heavily on one direction. That's the worst thing you can do. Because remember, there's still a 30% chance that Bitcoin could just go boom. Say, okay, all you bears out there, you're done. There's a 30% chance of that. So keep that in mind, you bears out there, right? Just keep that in mind. Meanwhile, we want to play the odds, and the odds are 70% chance that we're going down. That's the thing, right? Most people, when they come to watch YouTube channels, they're looking for absolutes. You're not going to get it. You only get a percentage chance of that person who you're watching is being correct. And yes, this is right now. I'm estimating a 70% chance, and you can see we're breaking down here. Not good. Breaking down. Should we break? Let's see here. As you can see, this creates an M pattern right here, right now. We've created actually an M pattern on the 15 minute. Oops, oh, man. Let me just correct that. We've created an M pattern right here, and now we're breaking down from that M pattern. Now that it's not the greatest of M's, but it still counts as one, and you have to treat it as such. Now, of course, generally when M's do this, they tend to psych you out a little bit. They go down a bit, and then they go back up, and then it creates another M, and off it goes down. So you need to look for that as well if you want to ride this. Of course, selling short here is fine. Just remember your stop loss should be. Here, let's draw it out for those people who have not done this before, have not seen this before, right? Because everybody is new, right? And nobody is born with knowledge. So do not insult anybody who asks a question that you think is obvious, because no one is born with knowledge. Okay, so this is approximately at the right level where you take a stop loss. And this is the exact level where you take profits. Assuming that that's the case, you would move your stop loss so that you get a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. There we go. And why a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio? Well, because you want to have your winnings be more than your losings, right? And so you don't want to have a break even or like a break-even win every single time. So that's as close as I'm going to get it. So I'm going to leave it at that. So you want to have your wins, right, so that they are actually, like, for example, if you were to win 1, right, and lose 2, you should have been broke even. If you lose with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you should be fine. You should be like at the same point that you started. So you want your wins to always be more, so that when you just get even a 51% advantage on the market, you will be profitable. Just with a 51% probability, because there's no such thing as an absolute guarantee in the market. So keep that in mind, and you will be fine. Okay. Now, you're like, okay, maybe those guys who are watching right now or who are buying Bitcoin and just watching this for entertainment, oh my God, there's no such thing guarantee. And I'm buying Bitcoin, it could go to 0. Oh my God, oh my God. And if that's what your plan is, you have to understand that is still a possibility of a risk. It's a risk possibility. Bitcoin goes to 0. It's there, right? Just like the risk possibility of an asteroid hitting the planet. You're like, oh man, there's just no risk, but it's still there. Right? Right? It's all a matter of how much of a risk it is. And yes, I would say that Bitcoin collapsing sometime in your lifetime is the same as an asteroid hitting the planet, a killer asteroid hitting the planet and wiping us all out. Pretty much the same, right? It's still possible. It's just not likely, and you don't plan for it. So that's the thing with Bitcoin. Okay, another thing you can notice here with Bitcoin, we've broken the symmetrical triangle, which again does not change our percentage probability that we are 70% down. There is still a 30% chance that this thing just goes, yeah, you know, I'm a billionaire and I'm waiting to buy this thing. I know it's gonna go lower than 20 to 30K, but I don't care. I just want all the liquidity that people buy, sell, that comes in. So as you guys decide to sell and break this, as this thing breaks, I'm going to hold that and buy it, and buy all this area right here. So the person who's a billionaire, he could go, yeah, I'm buying everything in this area, right? I'm buying it all, right? I don't care, right? If I run out of money, I'm good. I'm good, right? Yeah, and because you know, because he could run out of money before as people start to sell. Because when you need to sell, there has to be somebody else to buy it, and that somebody else is probably going to be a billionaire. Especially if you sell it in this zone here, because this is the zone. This is the billionaire zone. Right? This is the billionaire zone. So when you see a huge candle, right, of sellers panicking, right? Let's just say we see a massive red candle here. That is all the people who are buying it as well, not just the people who are selling it. Keep that in mind. Okay, I need to go on and close this out because, you know, I ramble on too much, and we need to talk about Ethereum now. And Ethereum, as you can see, we're bouncing off major support here. We've got to hold the line here because it was resistance before. You can see with all the candle bodies, it was resistance. This has got to hold. This has got to hold, or we are flipping bearish for sure. It's got to hold. Well, okay, not for sure, but there's a higher probability that we're going bearish, right? And the good news is, if we go down to a shorter time frame, things are not looking that bad. We're rolling over. It looks like we're rolling over, but we could bounce here just before and then create what's called, right, a W. But we don't know for sure, right? Let me just draw that out and make it clear for you guys out there. You can see we V-bottomed here, right? Whenever we V-bottom, just remember, oops, just remember, right? V-bottoms love to get tested. And so if we test that and bounce off of that, that will be a positive sign. But however, right, it's hard to say we're going to do that because, well, if we zoom out on the 4 hour, you can see that there's more resistance at the 78.6. So we have a Hail Mary trade coming in here. Remember talking about shorting here all the way to the Hail Mary. So that is the most likely turning event, right? It is a big risk because once we break this level, there's more power to the downside. So that's why it's called a Hail Mary, right? It's not called a Hail Mary because, you know, it's holy. It's called a Hail Mary because you'll be praying to God that it actually stops at this point. That all the people that's selling to you stop. And you actually and actually profit with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which brings us right back to where we were as this thing was breaking down. So you're going to have to pray to your God as it comes down and breaks down here, that it comes back, and then we can see Ethereum maybe change its colors, right? Especially if it doesn't break this level down here, because that's the key. That's the key. None of this is not key. No, this is nothing. This was not key. That was nothing. This is key. Why is that key? Well, because you can see it's in resistance levels. I mean support levels, sorry. Support levels, not resistance. And so it's got a hold. It's got a hold. It's absolutely got a hold, or it's like, look out below. Okay, well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate everybody watching today's show. Remember, I'm going to be doing a live show, and please join us, right? Remember, links are in the description below, so you can join us for free for 2 weeks in my Telegram group, get access to my trades, get access to all the fun stuff that we're doing in the Telegram group. It's lots of fun. I look forward to chatting with you guys. So hey, join us and ask me questions. I will be there. I haven't been there in a while, right, because of a lot of personal issues, but now I'm gonna be focused, and I'm gonna get you guys. I'm gonna be back in the Telegram group and answering questions. So please ask me questions by typing @DaVinciJ15, and I will answer it as soon as I possibly can. All right, thanks for watching, and remember, Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers.